Welcome to another bee video. We're going to do this on another world, so we're just going to do some simple house builds. We're going to name it this so we can keep our thing. And we're going to do also creative, and I also thought about, just for now, we're going to put on peaceful. Now, we're not going to put anything else. Now, I have a lot of like different things we could use and stuff like that. So we could do so many different types of fun things. But at this point, I think what we're going to do is just keep it very simple. And we're just going to head on in... Oh yes, let's just create anyway. And just today, I think what I'll do is cover basic house building for those who are looking to maybe do something in simple in Minecraft and that. Now, these won't be very extensive builds. I've had videos in the past where I've done and shown big builds that I've done. These will be more of a simple, what could you do in a one day kind of thing. Now, I also could maybe done this on this is the weirdest spot to get one done. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is weird. I mean, yeah, we just get spawned out. Alright, anyway. Let's get it. Alright, up, we're out. Now, I don't think you would want to build there. And I mean, you could if you wanted. You could do a house boat in there, but this wouldn't be on the first day. That is insane. Yo. Hey, you want to win block survival? There you go. These are all really weirdly. Oh? What is going on with this world? Look at this. I thought it was a boat for a second. So I was like, what? But I think this was going to be a desert. But it just stopped because look at that. There's the desert stone. Okay. I'm not going to question it. I've been noticing that certain terrains are really, really, really weird. So, I mean, you would normally if you were gonna get spawn. I'm just trying to see where it'd be more on a standard kind of thing. Here, let me see. Yeah, something right here. I get spawned in stuff like this, not in that really weird spot. So, yeah. So today, what I think we're going to do is, if you were to say spawn, say right now, I say it's about midday, whatever. What could you do to build yourself a decent kind of house before it gets dark and stuff like that? Now, just saying, if we're normally going to be going out, you would normally have to go and do mining. And of course, what do you get when you do mining? You're only going to go get cobblestone. But then you're also going to get your sand and stuff like that. But saying that we're in the birch, we could do birch forest blocks. And we'll do the glass because obviously. And also too, I think we're going to do the birch door. And then where is the birch log? Just because the fact that we're near. Let's see, we're near. Okay, we're near. Yeah, dark. Okay. Yeah, dark oak. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So, if I were to have to build myself, say I was going to choose this, because, again, everybody knows I like to be by the water, because it's better for you to grow your crops. At the same time, you buy a forest, it's easier thing. I would build somewhere out in the open, because if you build in the forest, chances are they're going to, have guys are going to know. I do have it on peaceful. Nothing's going to spawn tonight, but what could you do? Well, I would say start with a very simple, not too big base. Picture it like a villager house. Now, what you could do easily, so we're going to fly here, which is you wouldn't be flying in survival. And you're going to make yourself, get as even as you can. And make yourself kind of like a base like this, okay? That will become your platform. Now, you're not going to be spending all that time. You're not going to be like, oh, well, you know. So we're going to just make birch floors. Pretty simple. And I would just fill this in. That's why I made it said, like, picture it like a villager house. It would have kind of like this. Something like this to start their home, okay? I just realized I could have gotten the dark oak planks, but I also thought about the dark oak stairs. All right. Now, in order to do this right, say we're going to use 1, 2, 3, 4. What you would do, you wouldn't want to make it too high, because if you were running out of time, you don't want to be making like it like too much. So you could go like 2, 3, and 4. All right, you have your basic base. Now you want to mentor it, like say about center. I know that's about center because I have OCD, so I know about center now. Again, I would platform some pillars for your main door and stuff like that. Now you can use cobble again. Now remember, you're doing this in survival. I'm in creative, just to give you the idea of the builds. And you're going to fill in now the rest of your base. So you got all that. Now I could have easily done this and shown you like in kind of like a survival situation, but this is just to give you an idea of builds you can do that are not too hard, but at the same time you got, you know, enough supplies. Now I don't do close to the thing, so I want to kind of like keep my builds kind of like leveled and stuff like that. So I keep it something like that. Now I wouldn't do the back wall, because due to the fact that if you were kind of doing a thing, I would kind of go like this and fill that in. Like I said, I'm just choosing woods that would be normally at your disposal. Now, of course, I think on your first night, most people would just dig themselves into kind of like a hole and just kind of like wait out the first night. I mean, you could. But the thing is like, this is if you had all the supplies, just to kind of give you an idea. Now, we are getting towards the evening, and then kind of like, okay, well, make sure you got actual door here. Now, I did realize this wouldn't be a window, and then we're just going to go over here. All right. And just simply put it in. So you kind of got like a kind of a nice thing. You could possibly bring the birch come down all the way, but this is kind of like to make it look nice and stuff like that. I mean, if you really want to get creative, just put them all the way around, like, honestly. And just, that's if you have enough time. I wouldn't recommend if you don't got the time to do it. It is getting closer to the evening. Just trying to show you how to kind of do these things. But this would be on your first kind of like night in building, like, say, a house and stuff like that. This is what I'm trying to show for you today. So kind of like fill it up. You can do this. You know, get creative with your builds. Like, I mean, it's how I got started when I started doing Minecraft. And then, yeah. Now, if you really want to make this top kind of work with you, now you could easily just like do another layer on top. You could do something like that. Totally up to you. Before you put your roof on, it might, you know, kind of center it off, instead of look like you have a couple pillars and stuff like that. You would have to get up, of course, on top and stuff like that. Oh, we got trail. And so if you were to do a top, like, kind of part of a base, like, say you wanted to do like something on top, I would recommend sticking with the cobble, because cobble seems to really bring it up and make it look real nice. Now, I've done a couple of these houses, of course, on survival. It's not like easy, I get it, But it's a very basic looking kind of thing. And the best part is depending how you set up your home, like you're going to have lots of space on top. So depending where you want to have like your, I don't know, your room, whatever, it would be like that. So most standard house building in a survival situation would be probably about 2-ish in-game days. You could do a dirt house if you want for the first house. Like I've seen people do that, and I've done that myself under a hurry because I actually spawned towards the late night, and I was like, oh. And I didn't exactly have it on peaceful. I had it on normal, and so like I knew that if I didn't kind of like get myself into something, I was going to be like kind of like toast because I didn't have anything by that point. And it took me a little while to kind of like get everything I needed to kind of do. Now, these aren't like extravagant looking builds. These are just, like I said, simple-ish looking. Okay, we're just going to get this on. Like most people could probably do these builds probably. If you do it like from the beginning and when the sun comes up and stuff like that, you could probably have it done in no time at all. And there. So you would probably start off with something that would look like on the first night, looking like this. And of course, you say like you got the bad guys coming in, so like everything can come in. I'm like, oh well, what am I gonna do now? Well, what you would have at this point is you would have to have your torches all set up and just place them kind of like periodically by your windows, because then you give yourself like a little bit of stuff. Let's see, what else? You would have, like, okay, say crafting table here. You know, like I said, in survival, so we're going to just do this quickly. That here. So you kind of got something like this. Now, you could get creative. You could have, like, something like this. It depends, like what you're going to be having later on. Now, I also have done, too, as I've made things like, chest, so like I probably put on something like this, one of that, kind of filling it. Now you could easily kind of go like something like this to kind of like fill up that space, and then you could kind of like put a whole bunch of stuff inside of it. And if you're worried about the kind of like design, you could kind of like, if you really needed to, if you got creative enough, you could just probably like jump up and just kind of like add like a border like this. You could do that. And in fact, you know what? We'll just for the sake of this whole thing, we're just gonna kind of like put that down. Just use whatever wood you have in hand. I mean, blending wood is actually not that bad. And just keep groups. And we're just going here. Oops. I'll fix that. My OCD would get really bad if I didn't fix that. And yeah, so you would have something that would look more like that. Now, I mean, a lot of people would say, oh, well, you know, it doesn't look that good. Well, you know what? I use it as an opportunity. Now, why would I say that? Well, because if you would have, say, do it in this type of way. Now, let's just say we were going to go aside. I know it's night, but we're going to pretend it's day. Actually, you know what? We could just set it today. How about that? Do I even have a day-night cycle? No, I don't. I should put the day-night cycle on. All right. Exit that. All right. You know what? Give me a second here. We're also going to say we had a bed. And we'll work with this in the morning. All right. Hang on. I hate it when I say too far. All right. Yeah, I got a good night's sleep. Yawn. Okay. Joke. Now, it does look a little odd. I mean, the idea why I say a lot of times is get creative, because look, if you were to kind of like, I'm just saying, get, kind of cool with it, you could probably just do something like this. And one more. Alright. And I would do a cut, bam, bam. How's that? You know, it kind of looks like a rustic-y kind of thing. Now, before we put anything in that, say we're inside again, we're just coming down, the bad guys are coming back, whatever. Now, you have a upper half of your home. And don't mind me on that one. We're just going to put a few things away here. Okay. Now, the one thing I would work with a lot of, if I were you, is cutting down your whole stones into slabs. And actually, I would, oops, here's another one, sorry. Along the top, use the top, because if you put the bottom, your bed or whatever you're going to put in top will not sit correctly. Now, I'm going to, okay, not there. I'll have to figure it out. Now, we top should work. Okay, it still works. All right. As long as your chest does not have anything blocking it, it will still open. You should still be okay with that. Okay, I'm going to come up here. So, at this point, you could, if you wanted, is put like a, oops, like a window in that one area. So you got like a little bit of light. Now you could put one here if you want, or if you're comfortable with just the one, you know what, it's still good light and a good source of everything. Now, can I put it? Yes, this is the one. Okay. Now, don't worry about most of the other stuff. You could put other things to make it look a little bit better now. What was those stairs? All right. I mean, if you're worried about it, just go like something like this along the top if you want. But you would, of course, have to at that point kind of like put a bit of a, like a barrier kind of thing around where you were going to put them. I mean, you could do that. I mean, if that works for you, yeah, go for it. Let's just do that for a sec. And then, yeah. Of course, if you don't, oops. There we go. And we're just going to put it there. There we go. And we're going to cut that. Oops. Can I put that sideways? There. There. So, I mean, if it bothers you, you could do something like that. I mean, it may look a little bit crap, but I mean, if you're not really using it, besides like coming in and sleeping at night, like you would want to have it where, you know, you could have more issues than one. So what I would think is, if I were doing something, not there. Okay, let's take the storage out. All right, we'll do something like this, which is kind of like a floating stair kind of thing. And I think we can still get up. Yes, I think so. Okay, there we go. So we should be able to get up and down pretty easily. You know, or you could use the oak stairs, whatever you want to use. And you should be able to come up, and you can make this like a storage room. Maybe you can make that the main bedroom, and you can have like a whole bunch of storage and stuff like that. That's entirely up to you. So this is just kind of like a concept what you could be doing. And that's cool. Now, with that basic stuff done, I'm thinking like, what could we do to improve more along the windows? Well, good thing you asked. So we're just going to put a bunch of stuff away here because like I got so much stuff out here. And there we go. Now we're going to go back to the top of our page. And I would still say stick with the dark oak if you're sticking with the dark oak, you know, or use whatever one you have there. And also we're going to use, say, the birch trapdoors. Now, you could do something like this, which is kind of like a shutter idea. And, you know, put them in between. I mean, if you like to do that, that's another way you could kind of like spruce up how it looks. Let's make sure you fill up on the other side. And there we go. Yeah, it looks a little more like classic-y. I mean, if you want to go like really creative, you could do this something like that. I mean, you don't have to. It's just kind of like to get you an idea. So it kind of like fills it in a little bit, and then you kind of have something that looks like that. Now, I mean, these are not practical. There is no under there, but it's just to kind of show, like, if you were to kind of like walk out to it, whatever. So what else could you do? Well, depending on the blocks at hand, I would say most people will have, basically the grass block. Now, I'm going to put that away. And, oops. Wrong one. Okay. And we're going to get some flowers. Now, what kind of flowers would you find? Well, I mean, there's a bunch of flowers. So we use the azaleas, and we're going to use the lilacs. I think that's what most are in this area. I just want to say that we walked by and we got some birch on the way over, but we didn't get a lot of birch. That's fine. What could we do? Well, be creative. Like, you could do something like this, and you could do another thing like that. Oops. I put this one up too far. Alright. Okay, there we go. There. I'm going to do something like that. Oops, one more. Yeah. I mean, it would have like a little path kind of going up. Now, this is a little uneven, actually. It's always important to kind of get things kind of like even when you're building. I'll fix that other one very soon. I mean, you could do this if you want, or, you know, kind of like a little opening on the sides if you wanted to even do that as well. If you had like even too, like say a little bit of like iron, you can make like things. You can like stick them around, make it look pretty. Gives you a little bit of light coming up to the house. And maybe you could have like a little garden, like say that was extended up to the house. You could probably put some garden stuff in there. Now in regards to like say you had time, now you're about 3 or 4 days, and you could even make like a little thing. Oops. Okay. Like a raised kind of like flower bed. Now, most places do have, like in Minecraft, do have kind of like lots of flowers, but there are also a lot of areas that don't. And just do yourself a quick little, like this. Quick little garden. It's surprising how like a trapdoor will kind of like make it like a little like a planter kind of idea. And just kind of like, say, I don't know, you had bone meal, whatever. I'll put this stuff away. Let me go get my bone. Actually, we'll just do that. All right, there we go. Just bone meal it. And in case if you're not sure, yeah, if you bone meal it, they will drop the planter that you did. There we go. And there you go. You got yourself like a little nice little planter. So like you're coming up, oh, I got my planter and stuff like that. And you can go and you can admire the flowers and stuff like that. Now, when we're about building like a fishing thing, we're going to pretend that, you know, you can just walk there and back. No issues and stuff like that. Gardens are really easy. You could do that. And if you have enough wood, you could even do a composter. In fact, where is the composter? I know it's in here somewhere. Usually, oh, there we go. Composters are really handy, and just, you know, put it nearby, so like any scraps you get, you can just drop it in and kind of like makes like more bone meal. So if you wanted to kind of like expand your garden, whatever, it would have that. So like that's just a very simple, but you know, relatively cool looking house. Now, maybe not so much on the trapdoors if you don't want to do that. Like I know it feels a little extensive. I would have just not done like these ones here, like this, take this. But that's me personally, like I would not do that because like I don't do too many, just like mostly around windows and stuff like that. So yeah, I like mine looking like kind of fresh, kind of clean, but at the same time that gives it a little bit of a style kind of thing going in. Okay, I'm just gonna. Used to be able to reach it and then it would no problem, but nowadays you have to be right up next to it, and that's kind of like ridiculous at this point. So yeah, that's just a one simple, easy house. Probably could build up maybe 2-ish, 3 days. Now you could easily too on one of the sides if you want to extend that roof line. Go for it. This is mostly something you could build. Nothing fancy. But it gives you kind of like that option, like you go upstairs and it's got like the extra storage up there and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one house idea that I thought would be like you could do to spruce up your house. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna find another area. Probably something nearby. Okay, well we got another right here. Okay. Alright, this time we're more into the birch. So like, I mean, the birch and the oak. So that is like a totally different set of wood as opposed to something like you would find more because of the fact that, you know, your birch firs and stuff like that. I mean, dark oak and oak, sorry. Now you might run into acacia stuff like this. No, just break it off, depending how much time you have left to build thing. Most times when I'm doing it, like I might spend a whole day kind of clearing like large areas to kind of build into my homes and stuff like that. So I'm just going to do the 2 main builds today. And if this one kind of gets more, is that pink sheep? Oh, pink pig. Normal. I actually just put it. I actually was just building on my one hardcore row. Unfortunately, like I didn't make it in that. It was just recently posted. Yeah, and I had a pink sheep, so I thought like, oh, cool, another one. Like they're really attached to me today. So we won't mind about the compost. Now, the next build would probably take you about 3-ish, 4 days in game to probably do. So again, we're going to need, okay, cobblestone, and we're going to still stick with the dark oak, but this time we also got the oak. I like the oak doors, not the dark oak doors for some reason, because it just kind of gives me a little bit more of a thing. What else could I say we could put into here? You would need a lot of, kind of clay to make like the stones, like if you were to do something with the bricks and that, but that would probably be a different video. I would probably recommend we could do for you guys later on. I'm just kind of thinking, okay, I would have to go back to stone here. Okay, minus, pick up the stones. Where is it? No. Where is the deuce? Bricks, there. Alright. So these are more something like, say I was mining a couple days. Now I got a couple really good supplies. Now, I could easily just finish up this area here, because the next build would be something, now depending how many people are with you when you're doing your build. The size of house will matter on what you're going to have. Now, you could do kind of like a bunk bed style thing, like, you know, you kind of bunk up with one another, stuff like that. That's fine. But I would kind of label this next one, again, more for a singular kind of like thing. So, again, I'm down by the water. I'm a little closer to the tree line. Now, be careful where you're building, how far you are from most tree lines. Oops. There. Up here. Make sure. Okay, I'm going to bring it back. 1, 2. Alright, perfect. Huh? Hello? Okay. There is a lava pit somewhere. Anyway, we're not going to say that we hear that. Okay, so this one here is going to be a little bit more of a unique kind of shape. So we're going to come about, like, say, this would be more like a 2-person. Okay, that's fine. And then kind of make, at this point, you're going to come down a little bit, and then you're going to come across, because you don't want to hit the water. And then we'll come here. There, and then we're just going to cross back up. And right across. Yeah, that's cool. So, now we got our shape here. And we're going to do, I like to do dark oak. Personally, it's my favorite. Actually, just give me a sec. I'm getting tired of the day-night cycle. Let's just go back to our setting here. Where is it? TNT. Respawn. Okay, we do have tattoo issues. Okay, always do. All right. Yay, we fixed it. Should have just done that in the first place because it would have been a lot easier than me trying to figure it out later. Now fill in your base like this. And keep going. And so I'm trying to make this quick. I know I could easily just do my commands of fill, but we're just going to make it a little more simple. I don't mind doing it this way too. I'll try to fill this in as fast as I can. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm kind of expeding it now. Where am I going this way? Mistakes happen. Okay. So now our base is filled in. Now, you're kind of like wondering, well, why did I have this? Well, there's no reason for this. If you kind of go like this, now we're going to pretend like we're making the start of our base for the base here. And we're coming around here. We're going to come across this. And we're going to kind of go like this. Like this. Follow the same line as the one you just put in a Lego. Now, the one thing I personally would do is if I were doing this 1, 2, I would probably 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, I mean, it could be a singular door if I want to. Okay. Could have been one wider, but we're just not. We're going to work with it. And here. All right. Why did I leave this open? Well, you're going to see in a little bit. Now, I am going to build with... Oh, I should have gotten the dark oak and oak. Okay, there you go. Make sure you're good to have all your supplies on you at home. 2, again, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I won't do the same around the door frame. And we're just going to place that in. I'll show you why we did this in a few minutes, but we're just going to go ahead and kind of like fill it in. I would probably fill it in with like the corresponding wood. It doesn't have to be like these particular woods in general. These are just kind of like ideas so that way you can kind of like see what you would have to build with. Because some people build on the spot with whatever's nearby. I have been spawned in the tundra before. Now that was a bit of a pain because like there is really no trees. And the little bits I did manage to find were from villages that were nearby. So it makes it a lot harder. I could do another build thing there. Maybe in some type of like survival situation. So you could kind of see like how some people kind of deal with it when they end up in that kind of thing. So I'm just gonna go across with this wood. I haven't actually some people have mentioned I haven't done these builds in like a long time, and I totally understand. So I was just trying to think like, oh, okay, it'd be nice to have it where people could see me showing off some really like kind of cool, unique, simple builds that they could do themselves. So yeah, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Good. 2, 1, 2. Man, I'm so good at getting them. All right. There. Now you may not want this much windows. Just build them where you don't want it. So like, we'll just pretend the middle is it. Okay. And did I forget to bring? Yes, I did. I forgot to burn the glass. That's one thing. Rushing from the last build to this one, I forgot to refill my repertoire. And just put some nice little glass up along the front. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There we go. Cover the top of the door. We want little spiders coming on in. Now, if you were really kind of wanting to get super creative with this one, find the corresponding trap door, and on the opposite side, no, I have to go on the inside, sorry. I forgot because trap doors go differently. If you go like this, ta-da! It should link up pretty good. So it would look like it's just like the top half of the extension of a door. I mean, that's cool. Now, we have, say, our basic build. Now, what could you do to, make it a little bit more, like, homey? Well, that's entirely up to you. I would just do, say, something like this. Like something like this. Now, we would have to do about like this, because I'm going to show you in a minute. And if you did this, you would have that. Now, get some iron and make yourself some great, something like this, so it kind of contains it. And at that point too, now we're going to put the roof, no worries. You could have like campfires in here. And there you go, you got yourself like a little campfire thing going. I should done. Here. If you want to really be sure, just smoke clears. Oops, I should have got that first. Now we can. There we go. Now we can get the iron bars here. Do something like that. So it kind of gives you like, I mean, it doesn't have to be like that. It's just kind of thing, or you can just leave it open. I don't know. I just felt that I don't usually like to see the smoke and stuff like that. And it's still pretty flat, and you still got like a lot of space to do your stuff. Now, when it comes to like roof, now this is going to be more of a cabin styled house. I would probably, oops, wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would actually be 5 because we did not put the base in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now simply follow like something like this, where you could put like the, say, like a fence thing like this here. Depending where you would want your exit, so to speak, to be, we'll put it about there. And let's just say, oh, I'm going to go and have that. So like you're going to go, oh, I'm going to go in the back end and, you know, close it. So now you have your sort of your base for doing roofs. Like following kind of along the same concept idea, I would this time kind of like use display. Like I'm using the bricks. It doesn't have to be the bricks. You just use, if you wanted to use cobble, go use the cobble. I like to mix up sometimes when I'm doing my builds. This is if you were doing like a larger kind of like a like mining thing, and you had like quite a bit of supplies and stuff. Yeah. Now I would just follow where you could, and just kind of like make your base here. We're just gonna go across, and of course across here. I'm gonna still go across here. There. If you want, you could just kind of like fill in this area, like if you were to do something like this. And here in a second, we'll show you what I meant. Let's say you want your roof to be different from your front porch. You could do something, which I'm going to show you. But, I mean, you may want to just follow it through completely. It's entirely up to you. I just done, like, these particular ones before, so it's not like, big. So, here on here. And, okay, I thought I saw, okay, I did see the one tree. He was just, there he goes. Oh, we have a cow. I think the cow wants to move in. I think he gets the moo idea. And we'll do something like that. And then make your top. This is just like a really easy kind of roof idea if you don't want to do it the other way. And then it would leave you like space to do whatever you want with. Oh, there's that lava. What is under there? Okay. So yeah, if you do want to make that one roof, that's entirely how you want, or way you want to do it. Or if you do want to kind of like continue, you could just kind of like do something like this from this. You could kind of do something like that. And just kind of like, I've seen some people do this. Oops, that part. I just say follow a pattern that works for you. Just because I like this particular style, so to speak, doesn't mean it's going to be everybody's kind of thing. Now, I would say fill in like any gapping like this, because you wouldn't want it to look like really weird inside the house. Oops. Okay. Oh. There. And oops, there we go. And just finish off. It doesn't have to be like this. You can make it just even a flat roof if you really don't have the time to do it. You have like, it's not like that bad at all. And then it kind of like gives you kind of like that unique-y, like looking for the front. And you could even like continue most of this. Yeah. That works. And you have kind of like a covered kind of porch. If you really want to make it stand out, I would even continue the poles going up the side, kind of like a pillar. And you could do something like that. That. Just be imaginative when it comes to building. I learned like earlier on when I was learning how to like build bigger things and stuff like that, that any way I chose was my creative way I expressed myself. You can even do something like that if you want. It gets you kind of like more of a bit of an oriental vibe, but at the same time it would be something like, I would feel cozy in something like this. Even if you want to get like super inventive with it, use lanterns and then go around and just kind of like, if you could aim it, oops, too close. Do something like that, and kind of give yourself like a little bit of like light that would work for you. Don't be afraid if they kind of like look like they're too close or whatever. There. He's really enjoying it, isn't he? And it gives you extra space. So, like, if you want to, I don't know if you could make it like a hammock, or if you get a mat. I mean, that's entirely up to you. You have all that to kind of work with. But this gives you kind of like that wrap kind of porch idea. Now, you could extend that whole side like all the way through. I mean, that'd be up to you. This is just like a really smaller version of that. And then so you can step out, oh, I'm gonna do some fishing, and then turn around and walk back into your like porch. And like, you could even, I guess I could say this. Oh, yeah, there we have dark oak stairs again. And just kind of place them along your walking path going up to the house, stuff like that. Gives you that little extra touch. And there you go. The roof might seem a little off. Work with the style for roof, whatever you want. And it does give you, again, all that storage idea that we talked about in our last build. As if you look up, you do have like more room to build in there. It could even like finish like the chimney. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now, you know, at this point, I mean, you could probably move back and you could probably put your food on the fireplace. If you want to cook that way, like pretend like, oh, I didn't get a anything. So, oh, I'm gonna go find myself, say, some food. Hey, not cooked. There we go. And I'm just trying to find where it all is. There we go. Yeah. And I think we should still be able to put stuff. Okay, yeah. 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 And so it was still cook. And not too many people realized that you can actually still use campfires to do your cooking. When it does done, now you could even just like at this point, take out these if you don't want to put them there because like you would need access to it. Now don't get too close; you would burn yourself. But see, it would come into your inventory. There, and there we go. And we actually have our cooked chicken. Yum! Fresh off the fire. If you really wanted to get super creative with this, like if you have the time, energy, you're going around. I'm just looking for a specific one. There it is. I'm not gonna worry about that. You could make it so like the smoke can escape, so it kind of like a little bit more. And if you really want to do it, just go something like this, like that. So you can really make it look like you're actually going to be hanging, like, a pot of soup on for supper or something. That's just my new thought. I thought about it. That would really kind of work it. Why my side of my... There we go. I didn't quite level it out. Sorry. Yeah. So, I mean, later on, probably in Minecraft, they would probably have something like you put that there. That's how it's tell to you. And you could probably still put your bed over here and a couple chests over here, crafting table, so on and so forth. It is cozy. I would probably be able to maybe fit 2 people in here, maybe one bunk bed on top of the other thing. But it gives you ideas of what you could add and what you could do with everything. Now, and ideas, and you could just look through all the different kind of just gonna put these away, kind of thing. If I go and we're just gonna say 2 bed, like say I was gonna think, oh well, I want to have, I would say just stick it with the corner, and then kind of, how did I do that last time? Oh yes, that's right. Been a while since I've done that. I would do 2 block high, because there's a good reason for this. Place the bed. Break those blocks. Don't worry, it's still usable. You can have yourself like a double, like kind of a bunk bed thing. And just kind of like... Fine. If I go here, I think I should be able to place... Oh yes. There. Kind of thing. And so, I mean... You have to kind of do this, like if you're doing most of the stuff, you have to kind of do it. With a lot of blocks, but you kind of got like a bit of a bunk bed thing, and then you could actually, if you really wanted, it's been that long since I've done kind of thing, you could add like a little ladder. There you go. So like the person who's coming up to you or whatever, they could just go, oh, I want to go up here, and then they could hop on bed. There you go. Not the fanciest type of bunk beds, but there you go. Like it's a double bunk bed idea all the same. And it gives it like in a corner, so you're gonna nice and toasty. You could have like, I don't know, like a cauldron if you can make this a little higher. And kind of get an illusion like you're cooking like a pot or something or whatever. Yeah. I'll do that in another build. Or if you really need to kind of like see what that would look like, let's say we're going to break this. And we're going to break this. Now we're going to get the blaze rods. I actually just really wanted to show this because like I kind of have some really cool ideas lately and I really want to get them like out to you guys. You need to get all this stuff and it will take a little bit. I don't know how we're gonna. Okay, yeah, I would have to break this first. Alright. Alright. Oh, that's right. Now, you would place Halter first. It's almost like you are kind of like doing kind of some thing here, and then now we could just place this there, a double pot. If you make it you want just one, just put the one, but it will actually heat the pot up. So if you are making some type of whatever potion there, and now anyways, so this is just like as I was saying, something simple that you could do to build like something that it's comfortable, it's usable. I mean, oh, look at this. I turn around and there's like a turtle that just spawns on it. Hi, little buddy. We also got like him. Him. That's what I'll call him. I should name him him. And you could put a bed even out here if you want. Like put a row bed to keep your villagers out here. I mean, it's all up to you. And then of course, if you want to add anything like planters, whatever, yeah, just get creative, and you can put them along the side of your fence, whatever. Like for instance, right here, we got the sugar stuff like that, so that's pretty good. And like I said, if you need more wood, like I mean, honestly, you got wood all over here. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I just want to leave these two builds with you. I mean, get creative with them. You don't have to follow the exact same pattern. These are just to kind of showcase something that might take not like maybe more than a 1 day in game kind of thing if you're doing this in a survival situation. I did do this in creative, so yeah, cut my time down, and somebody's moved in. He's gonna go exploring. I think he's gonna take these 2 sheep in. Yep. Oh yeah, he's following them. He's following those sheep. So sir. Hang on. Aha. His attention. Sir. Do you wish to move into my house? Ooh, oops. Great. Actually, don't mind if I do. I will take it. And yeah, like I mean, honestly. It's pretty cool. What is this? What does this have anyway? Breaking through efficiency 3. Oh man, dude, you are loaded. Yeah, actually, I should have broke that. I don't know why I did that. Oh, I should have like blocked it off over here. You know what? Yo, dude. Sniff. Oh. Well. I lost my chance. Well. I lost my opportunity. So anyways, I just wanted to get this out to you today. I will try to come back in, do a couple more builds. I would probably like to show you if I could do this like on a basic survival world, and then kind of like how long would it take to build something pretty similar. To get you an idea, is it worth to build it like this, or to go something like a little bit more like simpler, like dirt house. Maybe you want to do one block, but I don't know. But yeah, I hope you liked it. I know it's really simple for some of them, but I thought they looked really good all the same. I guess you're kind of ecstatic because if you're looking out in your dad and you see this, like, you would know this is your house. You know what? Throw yourself a beacon on top if you're really sure, if you can't find it, if you're going out and exploring. And yeah, we're gonna let this guy move in. He looks like he's busy. Here, you know what? Sold. And I'm gonna go off here and I'm gonna go find another new spot to go to. Ooh, yes. Anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a great day. Cheers!